So what is it about the accreditation program that you're enjoying then at the moment?
I am enjoying the fact that it is allowing me to question myself. It's allowing me to question myself in a positive way, not in a, well, you don't know that, and you can't do that, and you're not able to do that, and they've got more students than you, and there's none of that. It's allowing me to fill in my gaps, I think, is the most important thing, and also embed the knowledge that I didn't know that I knew.
There's two things
A lot of
there.
people talk about this.
Two
don't
things.
they?
One is
Yeah.
embedding the knowledge you didn't know you knew, and it's one of the things that we feel very strongly about in any of the teaching that we do, which is the people who come and work with us already have knowledge, and we are not going to deny that. And the second thing is gone completely.
Well, can I say not just knowledge, because with you having trained also with Anne, you'll be very much on the same page in terms of the kind of information that you learned with Anne and which we're taking at a deeper level on this course. But I think it's also about what you're talking about is realizing your skills. It's the things that are the falling off a log stuff that you do automatically that comes so easily to you. And being able to realize how incredibly valuable that is.
And I think as well, it's not until I did this course actually that I realised the skills that I did have, because they are falling off a log areas, they're quite often dismissed as just something that you do. I've always been into finding new repertoire and loving that kind of stuff from a personal point of view, and now it's switched, so I'm listening to stuff going, oh, that would be good for that, or that's a really good idea for that, but I don't necessarily see that as a skill set. That's just something that I've always loved doing, and it's only when talking to people when they're saying, oh, I hate that side of it, I hate it, and I'm like, really? And I didn't realise that, and they're saying, oh no, that's just not my area of speciality, and I'm like, you don't realise what you've got sometimes, I think.
And I think that's also what's so good about having a community of people all training together, is that you can share those skills. If somebody comes up, oh, what am I going to give this student? I need to move them in this direction, and I need to find some suitable rep. You're going to be able to make suggestions right away.
Absolutely. And I've got hundreds of pieces of sheet music. I used to have like bookshelves, and then gradually got rid of those. Now they're getting digital. But I have actually got a spreadsheet of all my music notes and PDFs. Everything that I've got, when they were written, who they were written by, what kind of grade it sits with, what special thing it is about it in terms of vocal qualities and stuff like that. So there's a nice kind of go-to area when I think, okay, that student is presenting with this issue. Oh, I know, that was a really good song for that student 5 years ago.
And it's something that you've already said, something about working with other people, being able to ask questions, and the fact that you've got a community here that everybody is sharing so much of their skilled information with each other. I want to go back to the questions thing, because I think it's really important. The idea that you are feeling comfortable enough to ask the questions and hopefully get answers that you don't know. But also, when you're working in a group like this, you hear other people asking the questions and you go, yes, that question, I've always wanted to ask that. I've always wanted to know what that answer is. And it gives all of you an opportunity even to share the questions amongst yourselves. There is a real growth of knowledge and information, and you get questions answered. And also, no question is stupid, because if you have it, you want to ask it.
When I was thinking about how it's been going so far, and one of the things I did think was, at the beginning, it was very much, because it was all new, and it was like, oh, I don't know if I dare ask that question, because I think that's probably something that I should already know from stuff before. And then gradually you think, no, I'm just going to ask it. And then everyone else goes, yes, that, I wanted to ask that too, but daren't ask it. Whereas now, I don't feel like there is any silly questions. And I feel comfortable enough with you guys, with Anne, with everybody else in the cohort to say, I know we've gone over this and I know the answer somewhere, but can somebody just quickly give me the answer? And it's not a stupid question.
No.
If you can't remember it in the moment, then you need an answer.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think it's by questions that we learn. And I can say that for us as course leaders, listening to these questions and having to break things down in a way that makes sense to the people on the group, and there are different types of people and different types of learner, that actually, it's a spin-off we didn't expect, but it helps us to grow in our knowledge and really embed and deepen our own understanding of what we already know.
Well, they say to teachers to learn
what you're teaching us in teachers, isn't it? It's
Yes.
to understand what we need to know and then to be able to impart that knowledge to a student without overfacing them with all of the information. So to really understand it, to be able to give instruction that doesn't involve any of that terminology,
Yes.
but get the same result.
Yes,
Absolutely.
there is no reason why you as the teacher don't need to know all of this. You do need to know all of this. But the thing is, you don't need to pass it on to the person who just wants to sing or just wants to perform or just wants something that they're doing to be tweaked slightly so they can do it better. They don't need to know all of that stuff, but it really helps if you do.
And that's not, I mean, this is us talking about our philosophy for a moment. That's not about patronising them, which is, oh no dear, you don't need to know, it's mine to know and yours to do. It's not about that. It's about having an awareness of what is going to make the difference in that moment and what's going to make the difference in the mid and the longer term. And sometimes it's entirely suitable to sit down with the student or the group and say, we're going to talk about this topic and how we make these types of consonants, for example, and then devising a lesson around that that's fun for them. So
This is one of our goals, which I know you're picking up, which is if you understand something well enough, you can break it down in your own mind, and also you can create really targeted exercises that if you diagnose the problem, then you create the exercise that tackles that problem and nothing else. And it becomes so super focused that it's actually really quick to do. The learning of doing it takes some time, but once you get it, you become so much more efficient as a teacher.